Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. This is the first episode of the new year, so let's get right into it. Look, checked out. We all watched a bunch of stuff, but Terrence, you had like a laundry list of things. Is there anything besides the one movie we're definitely going to talk about in depth that you watched that you want to mention?
Movie? Now, I watched a bunch of comedy specials that weren't very funny. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah.
I did get laughs out of both of them. I got very few laughs out of Ricky Gervais. It was like, unfortunate. Old white man. And Dave Chappelle was, to me, this one was funnier than the last two or three he's done, but still a little lazy.
You watched Maestro?
Yeah, I didn't finish it.
I have not watched it yet. I'm very much looking forward to it.
What I've watched is very good. I did watch. Ow, damn it! I've lost the damn name of the movie. Do I know the name of the movie? But my brain just went to sleep. With Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Dream Scenario.
Dream Scenario. It's very good. Check it out.
Very good movie, man.
Yeah, I want to see fucking Iron Claw. I haven't been able to get to the movie to see it, but yeah, Dream Scenario is pretty good. That's the main one. That's the main newest one. I'm halfway through Killers of the Flower Moon because that movie's 3.5 hours long.
Nice.
So far so good.
Yeah, it's coming to Apple TV January 12th. I saw that today, so hopefully at some point I'll have a chance to see that. Micah, you watched American Fiction. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched American Fiction. I won't talk about it too much because it's a movie that we need to do for Black on Black Cinema when it becomes widely available. But yeah, the movie's very good. The movie is also more than what the marketing is kind of showing you, which is a nice surprise. It's got a great cast. Jeffrey Wright needs to be leading more movies. There's a lot to unpack. It's really, really good. It's one of my favorite movies this year. So go watch it.
Okay. All right. I have not finished the last two episodes, but I did watch almost all of
What If?
Season 2 of What If, right? Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. I think it's better than the first season. Looks good to me. Excited to finish the last two episodes.
I think it's way better than the first season. I think they're taking the What If concept and doing more interesting things with it. Some of them I didn't really care for, like the What If Hela found the 10 rings. I didn't really think that was that kind of felt like a season 1 episode to me. Instead of it felt like the first Thor movie, but instead it's with Hela. So that one didn't really do it for me. But my only note is that I kind of want these things to not all have happy endings. I kind of want a little variety in some of the storytelling.
Okay.
But in terms of like different types of endings, because not everything can be a happy ending. So
yeah, that's.
But other than that,
yeah, I dug it. I'm digging it. I did see they apparently cut it. They decided not to do it, but they were going to do a Spider-Man story that was basically Children of Men. And the guy who wrote it was like, it was dark as fuck. Like, it was super dark. I'm like, yeah, Children of Men is a pretty dark fucking movie. So, but I agree. I want to see more stuff like that. Like, I like the idea, and this season does something that I think the earlier parts of the MCU were doing, basically during the Infinity Saga, were doing that I have not seen so much in this new saga, but I hope they get to it. We'll talk about it later today. But like the Iron Man, what if Iron Man ended up on Sakaar? story. It's basically just like imagine wacky racers inside the MCU, right? Like it was kind of fun, right? Like just this like crazy Death Race or Death Race 2000 or any of those kind of movies, which is actually kind of fun to do. Like pick a movie in like these what ifs, like pick a movie and then just like mirror that and just like go for it. Like just have fun with it, and that I kind of like.
The Die Hard episode was fun.
Yeah, the Die Hard episode was fun. Yeah. Right. So, you kind of do those kind of things and just have fun with it. Especially like most of the people watching these things are generally pretty like heavy into pop culture. So you can do a Die Hard kind of play on that. You could do Wacky Racers. You could do that kind of stuff and people recognize it. Right. So yeah, just do that. It's fun. All right, let's get to what I think many people have wanted us to talk about. Certainly, many people have wanted to see. You can look at Micah's face to tell how happy he was. Rebel Moon. What's the official title? Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder should be ashamed.
A Child of Fire Part 1, or Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Okay, sure.
Mike, look, are we just kind of like just
we're
talking
spoiling.
about
We're spoiling.
Just reviewing this thing. Okay.
Yeah, we're full on reviewing. Yeah. Micah, you watched this today.
You just watched it today.
You get the luxury of going first. Your thoughts?
Oh, great. This is bad. This is real bad. Like this is. I think this might be the worst Zack Snyder movie. And I don't hate Zack Snyder or like some of his movies. Like this is really awful. Like people weren't lying, man. And like I didn't, like I said I would watch this, right? Because I will always give Zack Snyder like I will watch his movies because like this guy makes a point to like have actual diverse casts, which this has, right? He makes a point to cast women in lead roles, right? Which this does. Like the guy is not like evil, right? He's not like making Daily Wire movies, right? He seems to be on the right side of history at some points, but just because you're on the right side of history doesn't mean I'm going to give your movie a pass. Like, this movie's bad. This movie's incredibly derivative. We just did a movie on black cinema that is derivative of other movies. No, it's not. This is fucking derivative of mainly Star Wars, but a couple other movies as well. This movie...
Like all of his own movies? It's also derivative of his own shit.
This movie is a part 1, and you can have a part 1 while still telling a story. This does not. This doesn't tell a story. It doesn't tell a story. None of the fucking characters are interesting. None of them. None. No. I can't believe they got Anthony Hopkins to play the C-3PO character, and he's just like, and a nice Chianti, and then rolls out, right? Like what the fuck? Like, let me ask you a question.
He literally left after the first moment he was like did anything, and then was gone till the end.
What did Jimon Hansu do?
He took a shower.
They hosed the nigga down. That was really offensive. I didn't like it.
He's the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this world, right? He's the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Is he?
He's the general that they need to, the old man who was a general who they need in order to lead troops into a battle. Yes, he's the Obi-Wan of this fucking world.
No, that feels offensive to me.
And just like in Star Wars, you have your main character searching for Obi-Wan, and then they have to go and recruit other people to fight the Empire. Like, that's what this. But nigga, When I was watching it, I realized I was about an hour into this 2-hour and 15-minute movie, and we're still recruiting party members, yo. We're still recruiting party members, and we're not done. We're not done recruiting the fucking party members.
That's the whole movie.
That's the whole fucking movie. You're right.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Nothing. And they're like, oh, well, the Inglourious Bastards scene where the fucking where space Nazi comes and he's like, Shoshana, I'm looking for Shoshana and her family, right? And he's like, the space Nazis, the space Nazi scene, the Inglourious Bastard scene happens, and then it's like, oh, we gotta fight. We're gonna have to fight, and then the farmer's like, oh well, we're gonna have to go recruit some people to fight. It's like, okay, well, let's go. And then they go to a cantina, right? They go to a cantina. There's a cantina fucking scene in this movie. And they eat.
I'm surprised it wasn't called like Smaz Bosley. Like, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
They meet up. They're looking for Obi-Wan, right? And this guy who is essentially the he doesn't like you. I don't like you either, right?
I
like
know, they did that scene. I was like, come on.
But they flip it, right? I really like you. I really, really like you. I want to fuck you, right? Like because Zack Snyder's
the second sexual assault in this movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the whole
we have to make these
dudes
incredibly evil.
Right. It's literally sparked off by sexual assault. Like that's the spark off moment of the entire franchise. Sure. And
then so they get into a fight and then they meet fucking
Han Solo.
San Holo. Right, they meet San Holo, and he's like, but he shoots first, right? He shoots first. He shoots that guy first, right? Because he's a badass, right? But because he's San Holo, that's the thing with this movie. It's like, hey, let's take some beats of Star Wars, but then do the opposite, right? Yeah. Like, and whereas Han Solo is reluctant, but eventually comes around to be a hero, this guy's a little too eager. So guess what? He's going to fucking betray you because of course he is, because this movie takes no fucking thought. This movie is literally, hey, what if we just did this, but backwards? Like, that's literally it. Hey, what if we took a good movie, but backwards and made it a Doog movie, a bad fucking movie? And it's not, this shit is not. And then they go and they find the Beastmaster or whatever, right?
This scene makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, here's the deal. If this guy can tame this animal, I'll let him go. But if he can't, you guys have to be our slave.
All of y'all are about to be slaves.
Right. As they said in the pitch meeting that came out today, it was like, why would anyone sign up for that? That doesn't make any sense. It was like, so they signed up for that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah, guess what? We're just going to find another guy, yo. We're just going to find another guy. All right.
He doesn't have a shirt on. He doesn't have a shirt on.
Who's this nigga anyway? Who was this nigga that's going to help us?
For the life of me, I can't remember his name. I can't remember anybody's name.
I don't know any of their names.
Tarek or something like that? Oh.
Tarzan?
Look. Yeah, let me read Johnny in our fan group. Let me read his review of this. It won't take long. It is 100% correct. Quote: Not Dua Lipa takes 2 hours to gather an RPG party for a 15-minute fight at the docks. There, saved you 2.5 fucking hours, or 2.5 boring hours.
Oh my god, that's 100% correct.
I mean, that's dead on.
And at least this guy, like, has some sort of like presence and a little bit of charisma, right? Like, oh, he could talk to fucking eagle birds or giant fucking chickens, chocobos. He can tame the black chocobo, right? Because Zack Snyder's a big fucking video game nerd, right? And the black chocobo is the hardest chocobo to get, right?
But they stole this from Harry Potter. This is the same fucking scene when he tames Buckbeak or whatever. It's the same scene. You just took it. You stole it. You stole that. You stole it like Cedric the Entertainer stole a Cat Williams joke. You stole it. You stole it.
I've never seen any Harry Potter movies. So.
Those are good movies.
Then they go. I don't know why they go to Cyberpunk 2077. They go to Night City, right? And
I didn't understand the scene. I didn't get it.
I didn't. Me neither. It's just fucking. We got to recruit the optional party member, right? Right? So we have to go and we meet this person. I didn't know what the fuck her name was until the very end of the movie, and she, right? And they got
Genesis, Sepsis. What is it?
Nemesis.
All right, equally as obnoxious.
And it's like. They're doing all these things to introduce you to these characters and like, wow, this is their special ability, right? This guy's special ability is that he's a beast master, right? Like he can get the animals to fight for him and shit. Her special ability is that she has fucking bright sabers, right? And she can fucking
they're not even lightsabers, yo. They're not even like they just heated up some metal. And they were just like, here you go. That's like, it looks better than any lightsaber in a Star Wars movie. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It ain't.
I don't even fuck with Star Wars like that. It didn't.
No. Those two metal swords were hot.
And they're like, hey, I don't even think they asked her to come with us.
No, they did not.
They didn't.
She kills the spider bitch, and she says. And the guy was like, "That was pretty cool." She's like, "Don't." What did she say? She said, "Don't praise this or some shit."
Like this is not something to be proud of.
Yeah, this is not something to be proud of because it could have been any one of us. Death is blah 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 blah. And then smash cut to her on the ship. I'm like,
okay,
all right.
Like who decided to bring the woman fight with the hot combs? Like, all right, that's cool. Like you just
again. Optional party member literally could have finished this game without her. And then they're like, all right, now we got to go to the Gungan village or whatever and speak to the king of the Gungans and meet with the head of the resistance. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, this looks really fucking familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking Ray Fisher. So Fisher
you skipped you see you fucking forgot it already. They went to Titus first in the fucking Coliseum.
Oh, and they found
him all dirty, and again they hosed him off, which was offensive. And then she was like, he's a drunkard, and she's like, hey, if you don't want to fucking fight for the people that died next to you, do it for revenge. And he gives her a look. Smash cut to him on the ship. I was like. Okay.
What the fuck, yo?
Right.
There's no character development. Like he's just like, I don't want to do this, and then it's like, I'm gonna do it. What the
fuck? No, you know what the best part is? You know what the best part is? They literally, when you get recruited to the team, you don't say shit else after that.
For the rest of the movie.
Nothing. They just like, cool. They just collect you like a fucking Pokemon and put you in a ball, and they're like, we'll see you in part 2. You don't get to say nothing.
This is fucking god awful, yo. This is god awful.
Then they went to the Gungan village.
Went to the Gungan village, and then they're like, hey, Ray Fisher, you should come help us because our bard sold you some fucking crops or whatever, and the black woman is like, no, nigga, what the fuck? Like that was a transaction. Like, we're done, right? Can you imagine like going to Target and then buying something and then somebody coming out of Target saying like, yo, now you got to help me close the store. Get the fuck
Like, no thanks, sir. I'm going home to use the product.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm hungry.
So Ray Fisher, they appeal to Ray Fisher, and Ray Fisher's like,
I need a job.
Nah, yo, if we don't fight for this no-name fucking village, I know we're busy plotting to overthrow the government, but if we don't help this one town in bumfuck nowhere, then what the fuck is it all good for?
This is my fundamental issue with the movie, besides it being incredibly boring, is why are they helping the people at this town? Why?
I don't know.
Because grain was the reason. Like, it's stupid. Like, she just comes and she's like, "Hey, we're putting together a team," and they're like, "Cool, all right, let's do it." There's
what are we doing?
There are no stakes to this, and I'm sorry. Like, there are no fucking stakes to this. It's trying its best to be like this epic thing. There's no stakes to it. There are This is like going through all this shit for fucking Alderaan, right? And even Alderaan was a whole ass planet, not 14 square miles of fertile land on Alderaan, right? Like, this is so the bad guys they've been following them all this way, right? And they burn up the Gungan village, right? That motherfucker was like, "Please, sir, please." Like, I guess to his credit, like, that character wasn't a raging stereotype, because Star Wars, but opposite, right? But and then the fucking San Holo is like, "Boy, I'm really inspired by this." Yo, I'm really inspired, guys.
I would have shot this nigga on the spot. Like, yo, like, I'd have shot him on the spot. Like, no. The way you're behaving is unacceptable. The script doesn't make any sense. You got to die now. Yeah.
I'm really inspired, guys. But we gotta go to this unnamed outpost. And I need all of y'all to come with me to this unnamed outpost in the middle of nowhere. And I know we just met, but you gotta trust me. And then I'm gonna drop some stuff off, and then we can go and save bumfuck nowhere, right? And then they go, and it turns out, oh shit, San Holo was a fucking hoe, yo, and he fucking turned on all of these motherfuckers, right? And
shocking.
And they got the Bard. They trapped everybody, right? Except for the Bard, right? Like, nigga, the Bard is with him. Like, why wouldn't you trap him too, or put him in some cuffs or some shit? I don't know. And then fucking Hans Gruber comes back, or whatever the fuck that space Nazi name was, and he comes down, and he's like, and he gives the fucking Suicide Squad.
This makes no sense.
Reads back of the playing card thing, like, "Oh, and it's you, General Black Kenobi. You led this, that, and the other." And I'm like, we already know this, though.
No, but this is to remind you, since none of these niggas have had speaking parts for 47 minutes of the movie after they got picked
right.
up.
Did you know that fucking Asian chick was a cyborg or some shit? I didn't know that. I just thought she had a fucking some
Nobody
shit
knew that. Nobody knew
that. He was like, Nemesis, the with those swords that could cut through anything. You're a cyborg, and your name is Nemesis. Like, all right, what the fuck ever. And
they should have brought in Joel Kinnaman for that scene. Like, this here's Nemesis. Like, all right.
And the Bard is like, and San Holo talks to the Bard, and he's like, "Look, you better kill this woman that you love all of a fucking sudden because she told you her backstory, I guess, because she told you her
Nazi. Is that cool, guys?" What's your motivation exactly? I used to be a Nazi, and then my Nazi boyfriend got murdered, and then I was like, "This isn't for me." But like you were still a Nazi though. Like you were still a Nazi. You were married or dating another Nazi. And then you got sad? And then you moved to Graintown, USA? What the fuck is going on in this movie?
And then they have a big fight, and then Ray Fisher sacrifices.
Hold on a second. He goes to kill or pretend to kill her by putting the little gun thing in it, but somehow it also releases them. If you do it in reverse, it either murders them or releases them from these fucking robot chairs. Solid design, guys. Really good design.
First of all,
why? The key to your house either opens the door or blows it up. You only have two options. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck designed that? Makes no goddamn sense.
First of all, what's the point of this thing? I didn't understand it. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
like they did it on the first guy.
Right.
And they killed him. I'm like, well, that's fucked up. But you got to be like captured by these little scorpion things first for it to happen.
Yeah, well, you just shoot them.
That seems really fucking dumb. So then they have like a 15-minute fight sequence. Again, like Mike is basically going through the entire movie. This movie's terrible because
it's boring.
Zack Snyder is a competent director, right? Like I think I like the majority of his movies, right? I do. I like Dawn of the Dead.
I like 4.
I like Dawn of the Dead. I like 300. I like Watchmen. I like fucking Man of Steel.
Yep.
That's it. Those are the 4.
Those are the 4. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, how many movies has he actually done?
Then you got to
probably like 10 or something like that.
You got to do BVS, Owls of Ga'Hoole.
I've never seen it, so I don't.
Snyder Cut, Sucker
Justice
Punch,
League.
and this.
Sucker Punch, as everyone has said, Sucker Punch is his worst movie up until this point, right?
Yep.
And that's because like the story is fucking terrible.
Correct.
Again, it's like sexual assault. It's like women being stuck in fucking mental institutions. But the fight sequences were cool, right? Yeah, they were at least fun to watch. The fight sequences were trash in this movie. Yeah. Nothing in this movie. The one thing about like Zack Snyder is like I said, his movies aren't necessarily like when he writes a movie, it's usually terrible. But at least you're going to get a fun action sequence, 1 or 2 or 3 out of the movie. Like BVS, not a very good movie. That fucking sequence in the warehouse of Batman was one of the best Batman sequences I've ever seen in a movie.
100%.
Right. No action sequence in this movie was worth a goddamn. And that makes this movie his worst movie. It was one of the worst movies I've seen all last year. Full stop. And I saw a lot of fucking movies last year. This is one of the worst, if not the worst. Because it's written poorly. Like he does the whole drab color palette. Character development is trash. I didn't give a fuck about anyone. If she would have got shot in her head, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like, yo, okay, Child of Fire Part 1, movie over, franchise done. I don't give a fuck.
Ray Fisher died and nobody gave a shit.
Nope, right. He ran up with his baby steps up that little thing, which was really weird.
Nigga, I was like, is he supposed to be running? Is he supposed to be running? Like, is he running into 50-mile-an-hour winds? Like, what the fuck is this? I was like,
what's going on? He misses, gets shot in the chest, dies. And first of all, his speech that he gives before they take off, he was like, yeah, you know, like, we're trying to fight the resistance. We're the resistance. We're trying to fight them. But, yeah, we're going to go help these people or whatever. You feel me? So, you know, do you want to join me or not? And that chick was like, okay. I was like, yo, I wouldn't have been like, get the fuck out of my face. That was not a rousing speech at all.
Yeah, like I don't feel amped at all.
I was like, I was not excited to join you. So
apparently that chick did, because when he dies, they cut to her and she's just like, like Jesus Christ.
It's like, so what they fucking I don't know. I didn't get it. Maybe. Pissed.
Was it in slow motion? Because there's a lot of that.
It was in slow motion. Actually. Even the slow motion in 300, he uses the speed ramping and the slow motion to enhance the fight sequences.
And it works.
What the fuck with it? Yeah. Why? What was the point in this movie?
Right. In this movie,
didn't add anything.
It actually took away in a lot of ways.
he did it to show her like standing with a flag or some shit. Like, yo,
that was her with a Nazi flag, guys. That was her with a Nazi flag that they decided that was the focal point, is her with a Nazi flag. And I know what you're saying.
Right.
It's not an actual Nazi flag. No, it wasn't. But it was a stand-in for a Nazi flag. Very weird.
Like, I just don't get it, man. I really don't. And I don't. I can't imagine what this second movie is going to be, because
you watching it?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
Wow. You're just gonna stand here and tell lies. That's crazy.
Okay, who just watched it today because he forgot? Because I'm taking one for the fucking team so we can have this conversation.
Come
Get
on,
the fuck out of here.
Taking one for the team. We already watched it. What you talking about?
Yeah.
No, well, guess what? I can't see myself watching. I can't see myself watching the second one.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the second movie. The first movie is all set up, right? It's all obnoxious setup.
Is it?
It is. It's all set up. No, I'm just saying they gathering teams, right? They didn't do anything.
Okay.
Is the second movie where he just goes balls to the wall like the whole time? It's just big action sequence after big action sequence after big action sequence?
No, because you got to train those people. I saw that the trailer for the second part was playing after the movie was over, and it's showing him. It's showing Black Kenobi training these farmers to try and defend themselves. So that's going to be a good chunk of the movie. That's going to be at least 30% of the movie.
No, it's probably going to be more than that. It's going to be more than that. It's 60%.
Like, it's going to be in slow motion, so we're going to add 5 minutes to each fucking sequence. That nigga had the nerve to get a victory speech at the end of this movie. Black Kenobi.
You ain't doing nothing, nigga. What the fuck?
He was
they
defended a fucking dock. I was like, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You drunk? Get the fuck out of here.
Also,
yeah, that movie is awful. It's terrible. Like, it's just a objectively bad movie. I don't see how people could like this shit. Like, if you like this movie,
you have terrible taste.
You're dumb, yo. You're dumb. You're dumb.
You can't tell me that the action sequences were good because they weren't. Like, this is the same year we got fucking the Dragon Breath sequence in John Wick 4. This is one of the dopest things I've ever seen on film. And then at the end of the year we get this garbage. Nah, man.
I thought it was I thought it was a perfect way to end 2023.
Like, he is a terrible writer.
He is.
And again, like, he's got this extended cut that he's supposed to be coming out with. Like, but nigga, you edited this movie and you signed off on this one. You signed off on this cut, and then you're gonna put out another cut. This isn't a fucking Justice League scenario where they brought another director in to finish it. This is all you. This whole thing is you. So you can't blame anyone else. You can say, oh, well, Netflix wanted me to make a PG-13. Okay, fine. You still could have added some story to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the problem. Like, the problem isn't the sex or the violence. The problem is the story. That's the problem.
It doesn't matter how much violence you put into it. Like, the shit is garbage. And if you're saying that the extended cut is going to be like a different movie, nigga, you can go fuck yourself though, because that's offensive. That's crazy to say that shit.
Like, why wouldn't you just, like, I'm not even mad that this story is all set up, but like, yo, you got to make your characters interesting. You got to make me want to watch you got to make me want to see the dominoes fall. And that's my reason for not wanting to watch the second one. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about these people. I don't know anybody's name other than Sophia Botella's name. And I just watched the shit.
What is it?
Cora. And the only reason I know that...
It took you a second to think about it. I
mean, it did. But here's the thing, yo. Like,
I don't remember any of the names.
I don't care. And that's his fault because he wrote the shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can give a lot of shit a pass If I don't care about people, or it doesn't look good, look, it's one or the other. You got to look phenomenal, or I got to care about your characters.
Yeah, it's nice if you get
ideally it would be both, right? But I got to care about your characters, and I don't care about any of them. I literally do not know the name of the bard or whatever that dude was.
I don't know the name of any of the characters. I don't know any.
Hey,
is she the scar giver? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
This nigga was like, well, maybe we can work with the fascists. These obvious communist stand-ins, right? These obvious communist allegory are like, well, maybe if we just pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and work really, really hard, the fascists will know that that they can't kill us.
Which is weird. But by the way, which is a very weird ahistorical view of like the time where there was a major war with fascists and there was a communist country not too far away. I don't recall Russia sitting on their laurels and letting shit rock. They sacrificed more people than any place in the world to kill those people. Like they were like, no, we have to go kill them. Like all of them. Like it was fine. So much that they even got with the capitalists in the West and were like, we'll be friends for 5 minutes. Let's go kill these motherfuckers. Like it doesn't make any sense. And you had made this point.
And maybe that's the point of this. And maybe that's the point of the second movie, but like, no, you can't just release half a movie and not get called out on that shit. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense. And it like, at least have those people show some sort of fight, but then like, well, but I don't know what we could do because we're not used to fighting because we live in a commune, right? And right, we're just farmers. What do we do? Like, well, you're gonna have to fight, right? And I just,
as a libertarian, I believe, like, all right,
well, I can.
Again, I cannot say this enough. Is we got to move on. I cannot say this enough. This entire movie is predicated on we need some grain from your table.
Right. Why us?
Like,
why us? We're just a little town on the moon.
Right. They're not the only people on the planet, right? I assume there are other people. They have a small little farming village, and they're just like, we need grain from you. Like, okay.
Specifically from you niggas, or we're going to just kill your entire village.
Okay.
Also, this movie looks...
All right, so if you do that, then you just have no grain. Okay, cool. That's dumb. Like, what's the point?
It makes no sense. Like,
this movie
enslaved the entire planet.
This movie looks ugly, man. This movie looks ugly. And it's got the Quantumanium thing going where it's...
Dude,
100%. Everything looks fake.
100%.
Everything looks fake. And it just doesn't... Like, I know it is fake, but I can't suspend my disbelief when it looks this bad.
Yes.
And just like... And you can tell, like, some shots are just like storyboards that he was just like, let's do that. Like, let's have this gigantic planet, like you're living on the moon, but like the planet is like right in your fucking face, right? Like,
yo, it's really weird. Look, and to that point, by the way, what is happening with the technology? In the beginning of the movie,
no! Why does she have a hole from 1872?
She's got a plow, like a human-run plow from 1492. But then when the Nazis show up, they have Judge Dredd guns. Like,
I don't get it. Well, they're a farming town, so they don't have the technology. They're fucking.
But like everywhere else seems to have this technology. But like just this town is like even in Star Wars, like yeah, he's from doing like dirt farming or whatever. But they have robots. Like the technology is not so far behind.
They tried to write themselves out of that little plot hole or whatever by saying, well, we believe that if we plow the land by hand, it brings us closer to nature or whatever. Some fucking bullshit, right? Like if that's the case, then why do you have the fucking plow? Why do you have the fucking plow? Why don't you just go dig your fucking hands in the shit and pull and do it by hand? You dumb fuck. You stupid idiot. Hey guys, I sell to everybody. I sell to the resistance, the revolutionaries, and to the Nazis. It doesn't matter to me as long as we get money coming into the commune. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're gonna aid the fucking Nazis? You dummy? You dumb ass? What the fuck, yo?
Well, in fairness, in a society that is governed by who can just garner the most money, and you're trying to, I don't get into politics, I just stay out. Yes, sure. Sell to the Nazis. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Because Nazis are the same as any other political view, so who cares? Right?
Jesus Christ, man. Like, I get it. You're trying to impart your fucking weird ass values into your art or whatever, but like, this ain't it. This shows you how stupid your line of thinking is. My God, man, this is fucking dumb, yo. This is really fucking dumb. I can't. It took me. Look, this movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes. It took me almost 3.5 hours to watch it because I had to stop on a number of occasions.
I remember when I finished watching it, I'm like, this is not very good. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, yo, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
This is fucking bad. Yo.
Like, full stop. I just like, yo, this is terrible, dude. Like, this is really bad, man. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm glad to
Zach. Like, what's your problem? They gave you $160 million. And this is what you give us?
Well,
that's crazy, man. A whole bunch of people watched it.
Cool. A whole bunch of people watched
it. Of course.
You
know why?
All that matters.
But you know what? If this was in theaters, I don't think a whole bunch of people would watch it.
Hell no.
That's a really
word of mouth. This is a really
interesting thing.
The first week.
This is a really interesting thing with Zack Snyder. Like, yo, you made movies that were in theaters starring the most popular characters in all of fiction, right?
Yep.
You can't get your movies in theaters? Like, people won't let you put movies in theaters? You're friends with Christopher Nolan. You can't get movies in theaters? Like, you have to, like you are, and look, Netflix is a fine distribution model, but I would think that if this guy is so fucking great, that he could get his movies in theaters, and they're not coming to theaters because people know that all this, these Snyder fans or whatever, like, they're not going to show up, man.
It ain't enough of them.
It's not enough.
They don't exist.
There's a reason why There's a reason why the last couple of movies have only been on Netflix, and it's.
And by the way, there's a reason why Netflix keeps canceling all of his other stuff, right? Because he was supposed to do more of those zombie movies of whatever that last series was, the ones in Vegas or whatever.
They did Army of the Dead, and then there was a spinoff that he did not direct.
Yeah, right. But there was supposed to be more Army of the Dead movies. And they were like, no.
All right, bro.
This was
all right, bro.
So, yeah. Everyone loves Dawn of the Dead, right? The first movie he did.
Yes, it was very good.
And someone brought up the fact that was written by fucking James Gunn.
James Gunn, yep.
So now James Gunn is running the DCEU now. And James Gunn is also a fucking great, excellent director as well.
Yeah.
He can write and direct at the same time. So I would say the DCEU is in better hands.
I would say so.
For the last 10 years. But yeah, that nigga is yuck. That's all I got for that movie. It's just a fucking piece of shit, man. Like, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it should be a shit. For the movies that he's done that we've all enjoyed, and even the ones that we have not enjoyed, none of them look like this. Like,
Yeah,
even if you're a big Zack Snyder fan, you should be disappointed in this. Like, you should be. All right, let's jump right into topics. Micah, take it away.
Steamboat Willy Mickey Mouse enters public domain. Oh damn! And now there's a trailer for a Mickey Mouse slasher, because that's what happens. Much like when Winnie the Pooh became public domain, there was Winnie the Pooh: Blood and Honey, the horror movie featuring Winnie the Pooh, a new horror comedy film, Mickey Mouse Trap, is going to feature Mickey Mouse in his Steamboat Willy incarnation. See, that's the big thing, right? Like, Mickey Mouse can't look like contemporary Mickey Mouse. He has to look like Steamboat Willy, right?
Disney,
the synopsis
fucked over the copyright shit for the last like 70 something years. So like the Mickey Mouse that we have now is not going to be public domain until like 2060 or some shit like that, because they kept
pushing it out.
Because the copyright shit is only supposed to be for what, 70 years,
something like that.
Something like that. And they, like, Disney's such a big company, they just was like, nah, fuck that. And they just kept doing the copyright over and over with different iterations of him. That's why this is the only one allowed. So
the synopsis for the film, called Mickey's Mousetrap, reads, quote, "It's Alex's 21st birthday, but she's stuck in the amusement arcade on a late shift, so her friends decide to surprise her. But a masked killer dressed as Mickey Mouse decides to play a game of his own with them, which she must survive."
There's a game coming out.
Yeah, I haven't. A game featuring Steamboat Mickey.
Almost a similar fucking premise.
Oh, all right.
It's weird.
All right. I mean, I get it, guys.
It's corny, though. Like, it's corny.
Yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I get everybody gets the juxtaposition of like, hi kids, I'm Mickey Mouse and I'm gonna fucking eat your brains or whatever, right? Like, but at the same time, like, one, it's been done, and two, like, if you're gonna do this, like, fucking do it.
Creative,
right?
That's my thing. Be creative.
They you know why? Because they wrote the script 9 minutes before midnight. Like, they were just like, get something out. They probably had this idea for this cheap, shitty slasher film, and they were like, cool, why don't we use Steamboat Willy like 2 weeks before they rolled cameras? That's it.
Well, everyone knew this was going to be public domain this year, so they probably had this. A lot of people had this shit tucked. So, like, you're going to see a bunch of shit. Like, the first thing I saw was a trailer for a video game on January 1st. I was like, there you go.
Yep.
All right. The floodgates then opened up. And again, it's all just hack. Like, comedians that were once great just tell hack jokes now. It's all a bunch of hacky bullshit. It's just, all right. That's all you got.
Cool. Yeah, it's all a slasher in a mask. Like,
you could do a lot better than that, dude. Come on. It's ridiculous.
All right. Mickey's Mousetrap. Okay. Big Toddy says that he will make the Spawn movie that has long been in development if Blumhouse doesn't start production this year. I think I will speak for Spawn fans everywhere where we say, Blumhouse, please start production this year.
That feels hurtful.
Hey man, he's got money. He can have this shit done. It just, it might look better than Mickey's Mousetrap, maybe. The comic book writer and artist has frequently promised news is coming with Jamie Foxx still attached to play the character.
Really?
Feels like it could happen eventually. Look, at this point, I mean, I'm not trying to say Jamie Foxx don't need or deserve work. But like, do you want this to be a one and done? Do you want this to?
Yeah, I agree. With that. Like, I don't think it's sticking around for 3 of these.
Right. I feel like this is a perfect time to give Ray Fisher some work.
Oh, he's freed up.
Yeah, he's dead. And fucking
he died.
Spiderverse.
Stupid. MacFarlane, when talking to comicbook.com, MacFarlane confirmed the project still falls under Blumhouse Productions banner, and that he'll get his hands on the script imminently. Quote, Jathan Blum is one of the better ones at getting those done, he explains. They tell me I get to read the script this month. The email is going out this week to remind them that they promised me that. Something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. Continuing the quote, I just know myself something is going to happen because if I can't figure it out inside the Hollywood system, I'll figure it out independently. I just know myself, but hopefully we can figure out a deal that keeps all parties involved over the years involved. So
cool.
Very good.
Nice. Yeah, very nice. you fucking jerk.
I am actually interested to see a Spawn movie. Look, that old Spawn movie for my 16-year-old brain was hard, yo.
It was, in fact.
And I am curious to see what Spawn could look like with like actual production and like really good artists but I feel like I don't want Todd MacFarlane to like be
involved.
He could be a part of it, but I don't want him to be an actual producer, right? Like be one of those higher up producers.
Yeah, just be an executive producer. Yeah, just collect the check. Collect the check. I feel like if you're gonna do Spawn and you're doing it at Blumhouse, I think you keep it very. I mean, they do low budget. Like I don't mean low quality, but just very low budget films. I think you keep the CGI to a bare minimum. You do some cool shit, and you get like 1 or 2 moments of that, and just make a really good movie, right? Just like concentrate on the characters, concentrate on, like actually making Spawn kind of a terrifying anti-hero and stuff like that. Like do shit like that. Like go that route. Don't try to do what the Spawn movie did, the original one, which is like show you all this CGI and then like it not look that great and certainly not age very well and have the Violator and all, like you don't need all that. Like make this a stripped down movie, but make it super work. Then that gains people's interest. That gets people amped up for it. Then in the second movie, increase the budget a little bit more and do something great. Like I stand by Blumhouse's ability to make The Invisible Man for as cheap as they did and make it as good as they did. Like that movie is super engaging. It needs to be on that level of quality. Keep the CGI just low, man. Just keep it low.
Godzilla minus like apparently, I was about to say Godzilla minus one was $15 million, and apparently the visual effects are amazing. From what I've seen in the trailers, looks fucking incredible.
The director, they asked him, they're like, how'd you do it for $15 million? He was like, $15 million? That's not true. I wish we had $15 million. Like, they didn't even have that much. Yeah, they didn't even have that much. So and that's, I think, it's just topped like $80 million worldwide. So, like, if you keep the budget low, it doesn't need to make crazy money. It just needs, like, make it for like $40 million and then, like, let it make $100 million. Like if it looks good and it's engaging, it makes $150 million. That's not a crazy amount of money, but it's a good amount if you only spent $40 million. Like it's pretty good. And then amp it up a little bit more.
What's a template for a Spawn movie under Blumhouse, right? Because I'm thinking like
Invisible Man.
I'm thinking like something like the first John Wick, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a very simple revenge story, right? And have it stripped down. Instead of a guy in a suit, it's a guy in a one piece in a Zentai suit or whatever. And you keep the cape at a minimum, right? And that should be like your money shot at the end, the cape, right? And it should be him just like rolling around with guns and shit for the most part. Like, I know Spawn's got powers and shit, and like the chains and all that, but
yeah, but that's what people
I feel like.
See.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're gonna, I feel like you got to get the casual audience in also. You know what I mean?
Well, you can do.
Have the Violator and although John Leguizamo,
you don't have to. You don't need all that crazy shit.
But no, you don't need Malboja in here. It's like, what the fuck is a Malboja?
Right, that was a bit much. Ooh, that CGI was real bad in those scenes. But like, what you could do is I think the original idea that they were talking about was kind of like Spawn in the shadows type of thing, like who, what goes bump in the night type of stuff. You could have the chains, but like show his face or his eyes in moments and have the chains come out from the shadows and grabbing people and pulling them in, and then it's like they get killed or whatever. Like, you can have those moments, but then like a full reveal of him happens in like the latter part of the second act, where you can like really see him, and then in the third act, like you throw like, all right, this is where the big money shot is, full cape, chains, all that shit, in like a last fight scene, and that gets people, and big fight at the end, that gets people amped the fuck up. In the movie, second movie, you got $30-40 million more, you can show them more. But like, you need to nail the character way more than you need to nail just the CGI. Like, and I know people are going to say there's the opposite, but like, that's why Rebel Moon is a movie that's not successful. Like, the characters. You don't hire Jamie Foxx, dude, if you're not concentrating on acting. If you want just a nigga in a CGI suit, just put a random nigga in a CGI suit. You don't need Jamie Foxx. But if you want somebody who's actually going to give you a performance, is really going to try to do something with it, yeah, you hire Fox or someone else like him. So we'll see. I can't believe this movie is even getting made, frankly. All right, Micah. Next story is all yours. This is payback for all right. Grievances.
Sony developing. Oh, come on, man. Sony apparently is a Dr. Octopus and Mysterio movies. Possible casting details revealed. Sony Pictures making a Venom movie was No, it wasn't. It wasn't understandable at all. And even Morbius is a character who could stand on his own 2 feet. As a bona fide living vampire. No, he couldn't.
He did. Failed miserably. Okay.
Yeah, quite literally. Unfortunately, both movies largely disappointed fans, and no one seems to have really high hopes on Madam Web or Kraven the Hunter. Still, Sony is determined to move forward with projects revolving around heroes and villains who are part of the Wallcrawler's world. A new rumor suggests that Dr. Octopus and Mysterio are up next. These claims come as these claims come was from the what? What does that say?
I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I read it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
these claims
for the
again.
best
the internet. There's no editors on the internet. Yeah, they don't exist.
Jesus Christ. Okay, somebody named Caden Reed, so his last name's Reed, he can't be trusted. He believes that individual solo projects are in development for Otto Octavius and Quentin Beck, with both villains set to be recast. No additional details.
Who's Caden Reed?
I don't know. No additional details beyond this point, though. We'd imagine a Mysterio project would follow him as a stuntman and VFX artist before. He uses his newfound illusion abilities to become a supervillain, or more likely in this Spiderverse, an anti-hero. As for Doctor,
he's an anti-hero. Yeah, Mysterio and Doc Ock, anti-heroes. Yeah, that's how I think of them.
You know, it's funny.
What the fuck is I'm looking at his Twitter page right now. He has Mary Williams in 2024.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he's an idiot.
I just found that hilarious. Anyway, Jesus Christ! Wow. All right.
As for Dr. Octopus, he'll presumably take center stage in an origin movie, which reveals how he got his arms and probably become an anti-hero too. Neither feels like stories that need to be told or something fans will want to watch. You are correct. Comicbookmovie.com. Look, man,
waste money to just throw money out the window and just burn it.
Disagree. Agree to disagree. I can't wait.
I feel like I don't understand. I don't understand how you can have so much money and just say, "Hey, let's just do a bunch of dumb shit with it that isn't going to make us any money back." It must be nice.
It must be really nice to burn that money. Just light it on.
Like, give it to me. I'm not going to make a movie. I'm just going to use it to like better humanity. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man.
This is ridiculous. I can't. All right,
wait,
right now this is a rumor.
Okay, but hold on a second. Okay, are you not on board for this?
Nick, this is.
Yo, That's why I said. There's no way you had heard about this. There's no way, because you would have messaged me immediately, directly, like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" Like,
I wouldn't have had to message you. You'd have heard me all the way down in Mexico as I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
That's fair. Get
the fuck out of here, yo. Get the fuck out of here. Why? There are other heroic characters that fall under the Spider-Man umbrella. And as much as I would not like to see them handled by Sony, it would make sense for them to do that.
What about El Muerta? I think they decided not to do that.
Good.
I believe.
Yes, our Latin cousins have dodged a bullet, as far as I'm concerned. And
might have been good.
I don't. You got Silk right there, yo. You got Silk right there. You can hire you could put a young Korean actor up there to be a brand new superhero that will appeal to a wide range of people and an entire block of people who made Crazy Rich Asians a phenomenon. I don't know why. What is so hard about that? What is so hard?
Why are they making Spider-Man woke by making him a girl? These are the comments on fucking social media for people who claim to know about comic books. I wish I could tell you, man. I don't know.
You want to talk about fucking comic book fatigue, comic book movie fatigue? Sony is one of the big reasons why this is happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're putting out a bunch of bullshit. Now, Marvel, over the last 2 or 3 years, their movies haven't been the greatest. We're not going to pretend that they are. They're just not. They haven't been that great. But Sony is trying its damnedest to just waste all its money. Or it's taking all of its fucking PlayStation 5 money and throwing it into these bullshit ass movies.
But
I don't get it. Man.
Do they think?
Cares? Who is he going to fight? Who's Doc Ock going to fight? Who's his adversary? This is not Spider-Man.
No, you know who it is.
I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't like Green Goblin. He doesn't like Norman Osborn. But
no.
Adam Webb.
No, he's gonna clearly fight Mysterio. They're building up to the big Doc Ock Mysterio battle royale. What are they even building to? They've got Vulture. They've got Morbius. I'm in this new universe. I think it has something to do with Spider-Man, I guess. Those are real lines in a movie.
I forgot about that.
So they've got those two. So potentially they've got these Doc Ock and Mysterio. By the way, did you think Mysterio wasn't done well under Marvel? That was the best live action Mysterio you will ever get. That was incredible. They did the fucking confusing sort of dream sequence type of shit. It was great. Like, they gave him a good ending.
They were supposed to do that? No,
they're not gonna.
They're literally gonna put a nigga with a fishbowl on his head, and it's gonna look ridiculous.
Yep.
They're gonna make Doc Ock. How do you make Doc? Yo, you can't.
Like I look again. I don't fuck with comic books like that, but I just want to know who his adversary is going to be.
I have a question.
If it's a rumor, which is probably not true, because I don't know who this Caden Reed is.
I bet it's a lot more true than you think. I bet it's.
I know Sony throws a bunch of bullshit, but like, come on, man.
Yo, look. Okay, is it crazier? Is it crazier than the Craven movie where he gets his powers from a lion?
From a radioactive lion? God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rumor. They would never do something so stupid. You sure about that?
I feel like that has more. I think that makes more sense than having a fucking solo Doc Ock movie.
Look, man.
Look, you got the universe. I don't know who the fuck.
You got Venom right there. He could fight Venom. I think it's funny, and this is a legitimate question to Mike. I'm not just saying this to torture you.
No, one second. Terrence just said something. He just said, I think that makes more sense than having a solo Doc Ock movie. The problem with me is I don't think so. I think it makes more sense. Solo Doc Ock movie than the radioactive lion. So it's gonna happen.
It is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And you know what the fucked up thing is? He's gonna get his powers or his inspiration from a radioactive octopus, because that's how it's gonna fucking work. That's how it's gonna work.
Octopus bit me. My legs don't work no more.
It's gonna be dumb. Here's my question, Micah. Does it bother you that in a comic book world where Spider-Man and Iron Man and all these other characters are all together, and we got to see a great version of Vulture, and we got to see these other characters taking on Spider-Man and all this other stuff, and things are working really good. You got Mysterio, it looked really good and everything else. Does it bother you that arguably Spider-Man's number one, maybe number two nemesis is going to be done by Sony in an independent movie before the MCU does him?
Yeah, it really does bother me. It really does bother me, actually.
It should.
It really does.
It makes
it really
it fucking
does, you know?
Like it's
and
why would you let them get Doc Ock before what's the name gets him? Like it makes no sense. Like, now, granted, you could say that Doc Ock ended up in the MCU already, but that's not their version of Doc Ock, which is
this is going to be something. This is going to be something brand fucking new, and it just isn't. Look, I liked Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. I still do. Yeah. I like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I still do. But I just, their track record lately has been trash. It's been garbage.
Sony.
And I don't want I have those like memories in my head, man. And now it feels like we're just going to Andrew Garfield this shit. And it's just not, this is not good. This is not good, and it's gonna fucking happen.
They're gonna fuck it up.
God damn.
Like why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like please don't. I hope it's just a rumor. But I found this to be so entertaining. I couldn't wait to torture you with this. That's great.
I got a fucking headache, man.
Good.
I got a fucking headache. We can't have all this negativity back to back, yo. First it was fucking revenue. There's this bullshit. I can't. Come on, man. They're gonna do it, yo. They're gonna do it. They made a fucking Morbius movie, yo. They're gonna do it. I get Venom. I'll totally get Venom.
I got Venom. That made sense.
Everybody loves Venom. I get Venom. I do not get Morbius. And they're so dumb that when the entire world was making fun of them, they were like, wow, we're really trending, guys. We should re-release the movie. Like, no, man. They're fucking saying your shit is garbage. God damn it.
It's Morbin time. Oh, they're so stupid. Yeah, I can't wait for the Craven I Got Bit by a Cat movie. That's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, it's got cat powers now. If you watch the Snyder Cut version of Rebel Moon, you're a sucker. This is what we talked about earlier. Zack Snyder says that, quote, the R-rated director's cut of Rebel Moon is, quote, almost a completely different movie. It's not an extended cut of this movie, the filmmaker told the Associated Press. It's almost like a different movie. It's almost a different universe that the R-rated cut lives in than this movie. The reason that this is because it's such a philosophical thing to shoot a director's cut of a movie before you finish this version. Yeah, you know, philosophical is not the word you want to use there. Bullshit is the word you want to use there. That's bullshit. Nobody goes in making a director's cut. That doesn't make any sense. It's not how that works. All of my director's cuts...
a totally different movie. Like, does he know what a director's cut is? The director's cut of a film is all the stuff that you already shot, but, like, edited the way you want. That's right. Your cut.
Yeah, you left in... It's not... You left in shit that they had to take out.
Right. Like, it's not a brand new fucking movie. If you're going to make an R-rated Star Wars movie, make an R-rated Star Wars movie. That's another thing that I had an issue with this, right? Like, this movie wants to be like this, like, edgelord, violent Star Wars movie. Then fucking do it. Yeah. Fucking do it.
Yeah, if you can't get Netflix to let you do it, go do it somewhere else. Yep. All of my director's cuts exist as a response to the things that are demanded of me to take out of the theatrical version, right? With Rebel Moon, that demand was never made. Okay.
So why the fuck did we get the garbage that we just watched 2 weeks ago?
Right. We knew that it would be PG-13. It would be a PG-13 movie. In my heart of hearts, I always wanted it to be rated R. Then why didn't you demand that? But you realize this sort of scale and cost of a movie and say, well, it's not 100% responsible to have that demand. But you went to Netflix. They let you make an R-rated movie the last time. Army of the Dead or whatever is an R-rated movie. It's not a PG-13 movie, I don't believe. Right?
No, I don't.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't give a shit. This makes me mad, yo. This makes me mad because he's
duping fans.
One, he's duping fans, and he's doing it in a way that's fucking gross, right? Like, the whole idea of the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League is because this dude had the most horrific thing that could happen to a parent happen to him, and
everybody can understand that, whether you like him or not. Everybody can understand it.
Right. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And he abandoned Justice League, and he never got to finish his vision of what that piece of work was supposed to be. And they're like, you know what? We're going to let you do that, right? We owe it to you, and we have a streaming service that we're trying to get people to buy. And we are going to let you do that. So here, go make your movie. And that's the Snyder cut of the movie, right? Now, he's doing it as marketing. And that shit is fucking gross, man.
Foul, man.
Yeah, it is. Because what you're doing is you're making us watch a shitty movie with the promise of there's a better movie coming. And by the way, second movie in this is the second movie a shittier version of the other second movie you're making?
You better believe it. You better believe it.
Is going to have two fucking Snyder cuts.
Off.
And the problem is, like, okay, Netflix was like, you got to make a PG-13 movie. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Here's the thing: like, whether it's a PG-13 movie or whether it's a rated R movie, it's on Netflix. They're not buying tickets to movie theaters. Like, rated R movies usually make less money than PG-13 movies because kids don't go to them. Nigga, I can have 13 people in my house watch a fucking Netflix movie. Those are not ticket sales. That's my fucking Netflix account. So it don't fucking matter. So you did this shit. Like, they didn't tell you, oh, you got to make this PG-13 cut, and then we'll give you another cut that's a completely different movie. This is him using his name and using all the bots that created this buzz around his Snyder Cut bullshit over the last 5 years. And it's really fucked up.
Yep.
Like, that fucking, that Justice League movie, that 4-hour cut was better, but that was because the first movie was just a wild amalgamation of two directors' nonsense.
Right. And by the way,
that was the problem.
And by the way, I know people love to shit on Joss Whedon for his work on that. And look, you have a right to shit on Joss Whedon, like, in general.
Yeah, you come in the middle of a fucking movie. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Right. And they're just like, we need to get this movie over the line so we can put it out. Yeah. Do your thing. Like, come on, man. Do I think Joss Whedon could have done a Justice League movie if he did it from scratch better than this? 100% he could have. 100%. So, like, people try to ignore that fact. Well, he just ruined that movie. Dude, they wanted to fire Zack Snyder from that movie before the shit happened to his daughter, by the way. Like, before that. They were unsure about his work before that tragedy happened. And then when the tragedy happened, he decided to leave. Like, that's been reported. So you can say all the shit you want. But WB was like, I don't know about this guy's work. We're not so sure this is going to work out. And then they gave him $70 million to make a movie that was fine. Which is ridiculous.
And then, Batman vs. Superman had an extended cut too, right?
Yes, it does.
That made it a better movie because it kind of like filled in some of the blanks that were missing from the fucking theatrical cut. But again, I don't know who edited that for the theatrical cut, but it just made it slightly better.
Yeah.
So is this Rebel?
Fine, I guess. I don't know, man.
So is this Rebel Moon thing gonna have like actual characters talking to each other? Like, are we going to get to know them? Are they going to get to know each other? Maybe. I know it's supposed to have. Sex scenes in it.
Ooh,
but like
sex scenes. Oh my god.
Right, like, yo,
I don't know, we gonna like just watch porn? Relax. Let's just relax.
Are we gonna get some fucking character development in it? Like, what the fuck, yo? Also, like, what the fuck was the point of making? What the fuck was the point? It's probably going to be like 3.5, 4 hours.
Fuck off.
It's probably going to be like 4 hours.
Fuck off. I'm not watching it. Fuck off. I'm not watching. I don't care if it's 2 hours and 14 minutes. I don't care if it's a minute shorter. I'm not watching it. But if it's long, like an hour longer, no, absolutely not. Absolutely.
Like, why not just make this an 8-episode television series?
Thank you. Just do that.
Like, why not? Yeah. Why not? Like,
I'd be more apt to watch it, by the way.
It would be paced better. You would have room to breathe. You can make all your you could do everything you want to do. Like, why isn't this just a TV show? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know with this dude.
By
also,
the way,
like,
go ahead.
What? Like, sorry, I'm going back to this movie, nigga. I started my live reactions to you guys, and less than 1 minute. There's a big fucking vagina on the screen. Why does the portal?
Vagina.
Why does the portal just look like a vagina, yo? Why?
You know what? I can answer that
because he's a 12-year-old. That's why.
Well, that's the obvious answer. The secondary answer is I'll answer your question with a question. Why do the containment chambers that they freeze the rogue and Man of Steel, when they freeze the rogue Kryptonians, they look like a bunch of penises.
Like dicks.
Why?
Yo, this guy.
Why? Floating dicks?
Yeah.
Floating right up into space, into the space vagina.
No, Zack Snyder's a wild boy, yo. He got some wild shit going on in his mind.
Why?
What's the point?
He's just Michael Bay with style, yo. He's Michael Bay with style. And it's like,
I would argue Michael Bay has a style.
With a different type of style, I guess.
Boom.
Right, that's Michael Bay's style. Boom. Explosion.
Movies are more entertaining.
They are.
I mean, they kind of are, yo. They kind of are.
Just watched Pain and Gain like 2 weeks ago. That movie's good, man.
Look, Six Underground is more entertaining than Rebel Moon.
It's fucking nuts, but it's way more fun than Rebel Moon.
Yep.
That stupid fucking movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So there you go. Congratulations, everybody.
Ambulance is better than Rebel Moon, and that movie's dumb as fuck. Like it really is. Yo, I'm sorry. Yo. God damn.
I'm laughing because that's funny. Also, there was a bit of a Baltimore accent that came out there. Ambulance. It's a stupid movie. It is. It looks stupid as hell. I kind of still want to see it, though. I still want to see it. All right, next up, Steven Yeun, obviously known for many a thing, but most recently on Invincible. He has backed out of his role reportedly as the Sentry in Marvel's Thunderbolts. Basically, like there's a bunch of rumors, oh, he's leaving because Marvel's not doing well. No, none of that's true. He has laid bare what the reason was is the actor strike. It's like all the postponing and everything else, and the actor strike and the writer strike. It just kind of pulled him out of the role, and he was just like he wants to do other things. Which he also says like, hey, I still want to work with Marvel, so I would love to do a Marvel movie in the future. I just don't have time to do this, unfortunately. That's it. It's unfortunate because I like Steven Yeun. It'd be cool to see him as the Sentry. It'll be interesting to see if Marvel pivots or if they just like pivot to a different type of story or
recast or just recast.
Precast? Is it re-precast?
Right, the movie doesn't exist yet.
Right. How can they do it? Right. So it'll be interesting to see if they just pick a different actor or if they just move away from Sentry altogether. Right. So I mean, look, as I said to somebody earlier, like if he wants to come into the MCU at a later date, like Mark Ruffalo ain't gonna be the Hulk forever, yo. Like how many more years is he gonna be doing that role, right? Amadeus Cho is right there. Like you just bring Steven Yeun as Amadeus Cho and let him play the Hulk. Like, yeah, you do that, or race bend any character you want because Steven Yeun's a good actor. So who gives a shit? So does not have to play a traditionally Asian character. So it's unfortunate loss, but it is what it is. Micah, this after all that torture talk, this is a story that is positive for you. The big talk now is that, one, that trailer, I don't know if you guys watched it, that new trailer for Echo came out today. The shit that happens in the Netflix series is canon now. There's literally the scene of Kingpin talking as he's murdering the guy with the car door. So the shit that happened in the Netflix series is in fact canon in this Daredevil series, which is dope. But the talk is the guy who is the executive producer of Echo was asked like, hey man, is Wilson Fisk going to be like a big bad in the MCU? Like outside of this series and everything else? Like they basically said, are they setting Wilson Fisk up as the Thanos level villain for the street level characters? And the producer said, you kind of hit the nail on the head. And I can't say too much, only that this chapter of Wilson Fisk's life, this is a crucial one and sets the stage in some remarkable ways for what's coming next. So here's the rumor mill. And Micah, you will find this to be pretty fucking cool if it works out. The rumor mill is that he will become the mayor of New York and he will ban superhero or like vigilantism. And at the same time, run basically hire a hit squad of villains to take down people like Spider-Man and Daredevil and Echo and all of these other ones. Making
that's
him,
dope.
That's like, what are they calling it? The, what was the storyline they called it? It was something like a Wild Hunt storyline or something like that. That to me, that's pretty cool. Like that could get people really excited for the MCU. Like D'Onofrio was awesome as Fisk. But to then bring all of those street level heroes having to take on, you're dropping in all of these other characters, that would be kind of fun. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is dope. I like what they're. It feels like they're kind of not correcting the ship because like those those Disney Plus shows, while most of them aren't bad, they're just not like, they don't hate the same oomph as the movies. And look, Wilson Fisk is a great character. He is a street level universal threat. I like it. I like this. I like this idea. I mean, look, most naysayers of these Disney Plus shows are just mad that like they're not R-rated. You know what I mean? Like most dudes who are like, MCU, this sucks, is because Daredevil was a hard R-rated show, especially the third season, and they're not, and that's what they want, right? And look, Echo looks like it's going to give it to him. I didn't watch this latest trailer because like the show comes out on like Monday, but and I'm already going to watch it. So yeah, this is good news, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what this does. Can't believe I'm looking forward to an Echo show. But
the reviews are like crazy good too. Like they're apparently crazy good. I just want to read a quote. I don't want to say, dude, I told you, but it would be a great dude, I told you, if it works out. I just want to read a quote from an actor, and then I'll tell you who said it. When it comes to Marvel and DC, I'm like, I think I'm ready now. I'm worked out, fit. I think I want to play a villain. I just want to be the villain. I don't want to be a good guy. I actually want to do some really nasty, dirty work. That's actor,
Coleman Domingo.
That is, in fact, Coleman Domingo, because he isn't. A lot of the talk is now that he is top of mind to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang. And here's the thing: if you're listening to this show and you don't know who Coleman Domingo is, I need you to watch more movies. I really do. I saw people like, I don't think that guy's right. And I'm like, you just found out that he is gay. Like, that's the only thing you know. Like, it's the only thing you know, yo. That's the only thing you know. Like, this dude is a phenomenal fucking actor. And look, if you only watch nerd shit, he was the voice of Omicron in Unicron, excuse me, in one of the latest Transformers movies. But you should probably watch, like, the latest Candyman movie. Like, you should watch Rustin, because Rustin's a fucking phenomenal movie. Like, that dude replacing Jonathan Majors, and I said this right after this came up. I was like, he would be my top choice to replace him. One, they don't even look that different. Like, I feel like it's not that crazy of a change. I feel like some white people would be like, did they bring back Jonathan Majors? They all look alike to me. But I think that dude would have a fucking blast with this role. Like, he's a classically trained actor. I think he would go fucking balls to the wall with this. So,
look, he was in Fear the Walking Dead. If you need some sort of like nerd cred or whatever, right. He was in Transformers, like you said. He was in Zola, that movie about that bunch of tweets or whatever.
Yo, he was really good in that. He was a fucking psychopath in that movie. Like, he was crazy.
Yeah, so he's in. Look, Coleman Domingo's a phenomenal actor, man. And this is that's all I need to hear. All right, like,
yeah. He want to do it.
That's if he wants to do it, let him do it. Quite frankly, he's a better actor than Jonathan Majors. And look, I'm not shitting on Jonathan Majors just because like he's going through some shit right now. I still think Jonathan Majors is one of the more talented black actors that we have right now. Yep. But if I had my choice, Coleman Domingo's better. He just is.
He just is. Yeah.
He was in Euphoria, so
yeah. I've not watched that show. That
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, that show makes me uncomfortable. Yo, like no, I don't want to see. I don't want to see a bunch of like drugged out young teen girls. Like I don't need it.
It's something. He plays Zendaya's sponsor in that show.
No. Is he a piece of shit in that show?
No, he's actually a very good guy.
Okay, good. Okay. Whew. All Yeah. So look, I love it. I love that Wilson Fisk possible story too. I think that's dope as shit. All right, What the Fuck brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
A bar in a certain country has come under fire for offering patrons the rather controversial service of being slapped in their faces before having their meals served.
This is a white country. This ain't in Africa. This place served its snacks with a hearty side of slaps delivered by its female staff. The bizarre service is said to have revitalized the establishment's business, attracting an increasing number of patrons willing to try the painful experience. In the beginning, the face slapping. Japan.
Nailed it.
Yeah, all right, come on.
The face slapping was done just to one member of the staff upon request, but as demand grew, management hired several girls willing to dish out some slaps and started charging a fee of 100 yen or 90 cents per slap.
I mean, that's a deal. That's a deal. It's not bad.
No, it's not a deal. Don't hit me.
You're not trying to have a random woman smack you across the face for 90 cents.
Don't hit me. Wow. For less than $1, don't hit me. I gotta pay you to do it? No, get out of here. What the fuck?
I'm afraid of. I don't have to pay.
To each their own or whatever, but you people who get off on like being punched and shit, like, nah, yo, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. I don't understand that at all.
Don't kink shit. That's my job.
No, I'm gonna judge the shit out you because that's what we do as religious people. We judge.
Don't you guys don't beat yourself with the with the fucking cat o' nine tails?
Like slaves? No. Like slaves? No.
The
cat o' nine tails? No.
Yeah, what was it, Dan Brown?
What kind of religion you watching?
That's the Opus Dei.
What church are you going to?
They're like, Jesus, I'm sorry.
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, Da Vinci Code. There you go.
That's white God. That's white God. I don't worship white God.
Nah, that's Opus Dei. Isn't that the one that Clarence Thomas goes to? Like,
that's white God. Like I said, I don't. There's a video. There is a video.
Oh, I love watching people pay to get smacked across the face by random.
She slapped the shit out of this bro.
Right, yo. That's what I'm saying. And it's not like the slap, not like that TV show.
Oh damn, yo! It's like multiple slaps, yo. Yo,
it's like they mashing the fucking punch button and hitting them with the 100 hands.
What the fuck? Damn, she double handed. Two hands. Oh, this guy is 100% into it. Oh, he just.
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, she backhanded her. Yo, that's the most disrespectful type of slap.
Now
she
look,
hit her and it was like pow, pow, pow. Like, no.
Now look, these people are definitely getting their 90 cents worth.
Oh yeah, they're getting it in.
But I'm assuming it's 90 cents per slap, right? Like I give you $5 and you hit me 5 times. Well, bow, 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 right? But yo, why are people why? All right, guys.
This one guy who's standing here letting them all line up and hit him. This dude's pants are just like soaked up.
Yeah, he just nutted it. He just.
Oh shit! Oh.
Yeah, it's a slap bang. It's a fucking slap bang, yo. He's just getting it in.
Yo, you can't smack a dude with both hands at the same time, yo. You can't come in at the same time. That's obnoxious, yo. You fuck somebody's equilibrium up. Don't do that.
Yeah, you hit him in the ear. You fuck his whole shit up.
Yo, some of these women, yo, they're like, yo, I love this job, yo. This woman in the gold robe, she loves her job.
Yeah, she is slapping the fuck out of these people. Yo, she's taking all her frustrations out.
Yo, smacking somebody and backhanding them is crazy. Yeah, the woman in the New Balance shirt, the woman in the black New Balance shirt, she not fucking playing either. She came to work. She was like, I hate this job.
She ain't come in there looking cute or nothing. She rolled in. They called
she
her
don't
in
work there. She
on
don't
a
even
day
work
off
there.
and shit.
She come in on her day off. They're like, I didn't even pay you. You don't like.
That's fine.
Like I didn't ask for help. You'll never have to. That's wild. That first woman was going to work. She smacked that lady like 10 times in the face. God damn, I love it. Go ahead, Japanese women. I see you. All right, Terry.
Crazy. Jesus Christ. Man tears windpipe while trying to suppress a sneeze. Good fucking God, man. What the fuck?
Jesus.
In what has been described as the first of its kind medical case, a man in his 30s ended up with a hole in his throat after pinching his nose and pressing his lips shut in order to suppress a sneeze. That's so unfortunate. An unnamed man was taken to Nine Wells Hospital in this place in severe pain after trying to stifle a sneeze by pinching his nose and closing his mouth shut while driving.
While driving?
Yo, he almost killed himself. Apparently, when you do something like that, pressure in the upper airways can increase by about 20 times, which can lead to serious injuries, including ruptured eardrums, aneurysms, and even broken ribs. I did that shit the other day. I didn't hold the sneezing, but I sneezed and my chest started hurting. Shit was fucked up. Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're in great shape.
However, in this particular case, the unnamed patient ended up with a 2-millimeter tear in their windpipe, which caused excruciating pain, a throat tear known medically as a spontaneous tracheal perforation, is a rare and potentially life-threatening injury that had not been associated with sneeze stifling before. Ouch.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time, yo.
Yeah, it sounds very painful. When the man arrived at the emergency room, he was in severe pain. His neck was swollen on both sides. He could barely move his head. Told doctors that he was going through a bout of hay fever while driving. I don't have allergies, so that's good. And when he got the urge to sneeze, he just held it and pinched his nose. Why did he do that? He was driving. Was he like an Uber driver or some shit?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I mean, he probably was like, I can't put my eyes off the road, so I got to stifle a sneeze. Right? Like, instead of just
blew his fucking throat out.
Yeah. Maybe he's one of those like over exaggerated sneezers that makes it all about them. One of them attention whore sneezers.
And you got to do it 7 times. Like, we got it. And look, if you sneeze more than twice,
and you gotta,
no, fuck off.
Yeah, like you gotta make it sound. You gotta do like this, right? But then you gotta go like that to make sure that everybody fucking hears you sneeze. Like, all right. You don't need to sneeze that loud. Jesus Christ.
I will honestly, when someone sneezes, if they sneeze 3 times, on the 3rd time, I literally look over to them. I'm like, that's enough. That's enough. I got it. We got it.
That's ridiculous, yo. Sometimes you do have to sneeze multiple times.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that shit to you, guaranteed. That's my attitude.
Where did it take place? This is really not. This is just a fucking shot in the dark guess because ain't no way in hell you like.
I mean,
y'all ain't gonna get this.
No, you said dry. You said driving. Yeah, I don't know. Cambodia. I don't know.
Fucking Britain. I don't know. Shit.
Scotland. Dundee,
okay.
Scotland.
Yeah, classic Scotland. Happens there all the time. Good Lord.
Yeah, he's Scottish. He probably a loud sneezer. He probably one of them. Like,
roll your R, nigga. The fuck out of here.
That was pretty good.
That's obnoxious. They said they heard a faint crackling sound from inside his. Her throat? Was a woman? Wait,
no, thank you.
Oh well, then it was obviously for attention.
Wait, okay, it says him in the beginning, and now it says her throat. What the fuck? All right, see again. No editor. God damn. Anyway, yeah, they blew a hole in their throat by sneezing and covering their mouth and nose up. Good job. Don't do that.
Yikes. All right. My story. Woman suffering from chronic dehydration has over 300 kidney stones removed. Yikes. 20-year-old woman.
300?
Yeah. 20-year-old woman from this place recently underwent surgery to have no less than 300 small stones removed from her right kidney. The young woman was admitted to the hospital in earlier this month. Okay.
That's my guess.
Micah, your guess?
Where do they drink a lot of soda?
After complaining of severe pain in her lower back, she also had a fever, and a blood test showed an unusually high amount of white blood cells. Doctors ordered a CT scan, which showed right kidney was full of fluid and virtually full of kidney stones. The first order of business was to put the young woman on antibiotics, then drain the fluid from her kidney, and finally perform minimally invasive surgery to remove the hundreds of kidney stones. Whoa, dude. That X-ray is fucking ominous. Jesus Christ. All right, you got a location there, Micah?
I don't know, man. India.
Okay. Terrence, you are technically correct, depending on who you ask. You said China. The answer is Taiwan.
Taiwan.
If you ask the Chinese government, you're correct. If you ask the independent nation of Taiwan, not so correct.
No.
Yo, look at the fucking article. It's crazy.
How?
Jesus Christ.
Yo, the X-ray is nuts. It looks like she swallowed an entire box of Fruity Pebbles or some shit. Like, good Lord.
It looked like she went into a fishbowl and took all the shit at the bottom and just
gravel. She just ate it.
It's amazing that
that's
can
crazy.
Create those. That's just wild. In the end, doctors ended up taking over 300 stones between 5 millimeters and 2 centimeters in size. Most of the stones had the appearance similar to, quote, little steamed buns. Whatever doctor said that is an obnoxious asshole. It's funny. Although there are multiple factors that can lead to formation of kidney stones, in this particular case, the patient did not enjoy drinking water at all. Instead, relied on sugary teas and juices from tea stands for hydration. This caused chronic dehydration, a condition in which urine becomes more concentrated and the minerals in it crystallize to form stones. So, there you go.
Yo, drink water, people.
Yeah, just have some water, man. I don't know. Get those electrolyte tablets. Put that in there. If you can, just drink regular water. Just drink water, for the love of God. You're going to die. Yeah, this is insane.
300? How long was she? So she never drank a bottle of water in her fucking life, did she? Ain't no fucking way. That's insane. How old is this woman?
She was
20.
in her 20s.
20?
Yes, 20 years old.
20? And this is you too fucking young for that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
she's never drank water in her life.
Yeah, it's crazy. Best of luck. All right, that is it for us. We are obviously back for the new year. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Take it easy.